the right way?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. Just pull it up here so I can see it. Hello all. Just getting set up. Give us a few moments. Wait for some people to hop on here.
Yeah, we're actually a day late, not just a minute late.
Yeah, we're a day, 24 hours. You people do wait. Thank you.
Thanks for waiting on us.
But we'll get into that in a minute as to why we're late today.
Yes.
If you missed why. Let's see here. People are jumping in. Hello, Alicia. Thank you for joining us.
Just one more minute, you guys. Get people.
Look at that. Somebody said on the main show I was hey y'all with an S, but I'm not typing. Oh, Suzanne.
It's Suzanne.
I just like it. Hey, Brian joined.
What?
Brian.
Get out! Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian. We were gonna mention you.
Yeah, good thing you joined because your name just may have come up.
Maybe on
May have.
maybe on the paper here to talk about today. We shall see. We got people jumping on. We're gonna let the numbers get up a little bit higher first. Usually we're on Mondays, but
Yeah, I know.
because
So
we were traveling yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, you guys. I know that people have been thrown off the past 2 weeks, but we'll get back to it next week, right? For
Yep.
Monday?
Next week is Monday, barring anything changing or happening or.
Yeah, so if you would be so kind to please share this video so people know that we are actually live tonight instead of last night and that we didn't just skip out on you for the week. So any shares are appreciated.
Yes, any shares are appreciated.
Very much so.
Oh, they're all commenting. They love the banner. Yes, we'll talk about the banner in a minute as to why it's up.
Yeah,
to show
exactly.
it. So, you want me to go ahead and get started? Are you ready here? Are you set? Or?
You go ahead. I'll just finish what I'm doing here and you just go right ahead.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Go ahead.
All right. Hello and welcome to TMSM Live Weekly Show number 9 for June 12th, 2018. Almost forgot what year it was. I'm Scott Atwood.
And I'm Michelle Atwood.
And as you know, it's Tuesday. We're a day late, like we were just talking about. Normally the show is Monday at 7, but we were traveling. This past weekend, we had a lot of fun, actually, in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes, we did have a lot of fun in Birmingham, Alabama. So I think that's like one of the first things that we're going to talk about this week, right?
It is. Well, first, you'll see behind us our banner. We hung it out because that's, if you do come to a convention to find us, that's our banner that's on our booth. So if you look for the banner, you will find us. We actually had to buy the brackets to hang it up this past week because we had no way to put it up there when we first got to the show. So we ordered that, had Amazon ship it overnight and got that.
Yep.
Your sound is...
Hold on, I'm just going to shut my sound off. I'm so sorry, you guys.
You okay now?
I'm good. We just got in from Alabama last night, so please excuse our scattered behavior. It's really... We're trying. It's just been a long few days.
Yeah,
so,
we drove,
okay.
it's a 9.5 hour drive, so we drove that all day yesterday to get back. And by the time we got back last night, we were just exhausted. It was a fun, busy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I want to say is I want to thank Jamie and her sister Rita, who invited us out to Magic City Con. Thank you so much. And Jason, Jamie's husband.
Yes.
They were great hosts. The hotel's so nice there. We had a lot of fun. We met a lot of new friends. One of them who's watching us, Brian Silverback, who is an excellent artist. So check him out. We'll be posting more about him. Michelle did put out some Instagram posts, I believe, over the weekend.
I did. And actually, Brian gave me a picture to show off to our readers too. And I think I have an extra one too. If
That's mine.
Okay, well, I didn't know it was yours if we were going to give it away.
Well, we'll see.
But Brian is actually very talented at art, and he's even just as talented at storytelling.
He is the greatest storyteller. After the day's events of the con, we all got together at nighttime and had dinner together. And the best part of the whole con was listening to Brian's stories, because he is the best storyteller I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
I mean, without a doubt. He just so animated. He knows how to make you laugh. He really does.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of these people that we got to meet this weekend, we didn't just get to meet people at our table, like people that came to see us, which is great, because we had people come and buy the book and get Main Street Mouse swag. We gave away buttons and bracelets and
candy.
People came, a lot of candy. It was like trick-or-treating at our table. That was a lot of fun. But we also kind of, were they Brian says he's blushing. Love you both.
Love you too,
Miss
Brian.
you already.
We gotta have another con next week.
Yeah, we need to get together again just so we can see you. You know, one of the things when they put us out in like the area where the celebrity and the artist tables were, like in that hallway.
Where we belong to be. No, just teasing.
Really? No.
Just teasing.
No, we were actually we were in another room, and then they put us out in the freezing cold hallway, which kept us awake. I was so cold all weekend long.
But that's where the DJ was. It pop, 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 pop.
Yes, yeah, the DJ was out there, and but we got to actually kind of mingle with the celebrity guests that were there, and like where we were sitting, like over here. Excuse me. And then there was these two gentlemen that were in Guardians of the Galaxy, like right next to us, which, you know, he is all about talking Marvel.
All about the Marvels.
So he had people to talk to.
I did. Joe Freya and John Anderson were both there. They both play Ravengers in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You would not recognize them without their makeup on. As being in the movie.
Yeah, they in the Guardians movies, they have so much. They're Yandu's like gang of people.
They're his space pirates is what they're.
His gang of people. Can you tell I don't really pay attention to what things are called in Marvel movies?
They were so down to earth and such great guys to talk to all weekend, along with Brian.
Yes.
Not forgetting you, Brian.
Yes.
That it just made the event that much more fun. They actually shared with us stories from behind the scenes of what was happening with Guardians, and they actually both did a panel, which Andrew and I both attended on Saturday. Was that Saturday or Sunday?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It was such a good panel.
Maybe it was Sunday.
It might have been Sunday. But Andrew and I went to the panel, and it was really cool because they shared a lot of the things from behind the scenes of Guardians and how it came to be and how they both got in the movie, which both have completely different stories. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you this, Joe's been an actor, I think he said since he was 10, where John just got into it with the Guardians movie, actually. He filled out an application on Facebook, took a casting call, and a month later he was cast in being in the Guardians movie. So don't give up on your dreams.
No, seriously, you know, it was, if you guys have followed what I write and talk about for the past 8 years, then you'll know I'm all about like rooting for the underdog and following your dreams and taking chances and all that crazy stuff. We're talking to John Anderson. He actually worked at a grocery store, and he saw a casting call on Facebook. So what you learn, or what I learned by mingling with people that are in the business, as they say, you can really get your start much easier than I thought you could. I don't want to say easy to take away from what people do, because you know you have to have obviously talent and whatnot to get into, you know, acting and such. Exactly. But I think that but they were talking about, like Brian, for example, was talking about how you can get to be an extra on TV shows. Or movies. Like The Walking Dead was one that he actually was in the finale of this past season of The Walking Dead, and
got his ear blown off.
Yeah, got his ear blown off. So
or as we call you, Brian, thumbs in pockets.
Yeah, thumbs in pockets. Okay, it's a long story.
It's a long story, but it's a good story. I'll get Brian here one day, put him right here in the seat. I'll let him tell you that.
He can tell you a story, and that live cast will go on for hours because you're just going to want him to tell more stories. But seriously though, the way that the business works on TV shows, on movies, on all these things that you would not even realize what goes into them. And you know what? A lot of people also don't realize that you can get casting calls on Facebook. Now, I learned this. This is something completely new to me, which actually, you know what? I would really, really like to do that sometime, because a lot of them are in Atlanta. And Atlanta's not that far away.
Yeah, I'm applying. I want to be an extra called Fat Guy in Corner.
Yeah.
And then I will go to every con in the world. I will have pictures of me standing in the corner, and I will sign them.
No.
For $5.
No. So, but seriously, you like a lot of these casting calls, like people, like for John, for example, he had told me that there was an ad out that somebody just had to be tall, and you know, they give the requirements.
Well, the way John said it,
and this is his words, not ours.
This is his words. He said they were looking for somebody over 6'4", which John is 7.
Is he that tall?
He's 7 foot with crooked teeth and he said, I think he said goofy looking, although I don't know
Yeah,
why. But he said goofy looking. And he sat there and he goes, well, I'm all those things. So he said he filled out the little form which just asked for a little tiny bit of information. He submitted it, and he said a month later he got a call, and he didn't know it was for Guardians.
No, they don't tell you what it's for.
They don't tell you what it's for. So he got the email returned to him asking him to send some headshots or whatever it was included in that. And then they called him and they said, okay, we'd like to cast you for this movie. And they flew him out to where they were going to do the filming and stuff like that. I think he said he was at Marvel Studios, which he told me is just an abandoned school building. That's all it is, which kind of crazy. But he said you even have lunchroom is still the little tables where a 7-foot guy doesn't really fit at those little tables. But he said it was just amazing, the whole experience to do everything. And all he did was put a little card on Facebook for your name, your email.
Yeah, and you got to be in a Marvel movie.
You got to be in a Marvel movie.
And then they got to go to the premiere in Hollywood and do all these conventions and stuff. So I mean, a fluke type of thing where you just fill out something on Facebook and boom, you're in a Marvel movie. I mean, how great of a story is that, you guys? That's a great story.
But it didn't stop there for him. He was in a background in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
He was in Black Panther.
Stranger Things
2. He's cast into that.
Was he in 2?
Yeah. He was in what was the other? Sleepy Hollow, the television show.
TV show.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
So he's done a lot more than just the one thing, and it was steamrolled from that one. That just more stuff kept coming.
Did you really say Sleepy Hollow?
I said that wrong. I'm tired.
Okay.
And Joe plays Slappy in Goosebumps, so I can do that. I can be Slappy right now.
Okay, yeah. So then there was Joe Freya, who actually is friends with a lot of the big wigs at Marvel, and he was in the Goosebumps books. Yes. And we're actually going to do an interview with Joe. Which is really cool. And then around the corner from where we were at was Ming Chen, who is on Comic Book Men on
AMC.
Yes, AMC.
He works for Kevin Smith. If you know Kevin Smith, Clerks 2, Dogma,
all that stuff. You know who Kevin
Smith is.
Kevin Smith.
Silent Bob.
He's one of Kevin Smith's guys.
He is.
And you know what was really cool for me? I'm just going to brag for a second because there aren't very many times that I actually get to brag.
She has this one though.
I do have this one. He remembered me from last year. I was the Disney girl.
And you were the Disney girl this year.
So you know what? I'll take it. I mean,
he
might not remember my name, but he knows, oh, you're the Disney girl. But he remembered us from last year, and he actually, talked to the kids, and he said hi to the kids, and then my son Andrew was like, oh my gosh, it's Ming Chen, because, it's one of those things that when you start doing these conventions, and especially since my book came out, and we have this bigger reach on Facebook and Instagram, you get to kind of hobnob, is that a word, the hobnob?
That's a hobnob,
with people, with people that are actually in the industry, and it makes you feel just a little bit important for a minute there, but in a humble way, because it's pretty crazy that we get included in with these people.
And what was weird is, actually, another visitor that came to see us on Sunday was Robert and his wife, Carolyn.
Yes, Robert and Carolyn came
us.
to see us. Oh, I have to show this too, because Robert said he was going to be looking for it. Okay, so Robert knows that I don't like Figment. Don't send me hate. Okay, we all have our favorites and non-favorites. But Robert brought me this little Figment, and I really think he's cute. Plus, he's purple, and it's a Rapunzel color, so we can live with this, Robert. But
so that'll be here every week from now on, Robert. But through our talking and Robert and talking to them, and Michelle's like, why don't you take Robert around and introduce him to people? I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know these people. I'm like, okay, why not? So I took him around and introduced him to the guys from Guardians, and then we went over to Ming. And what worked great for us is Robert had a shirt on that had Kevin Smith as Silent Bob and Baymax.
Yeah, he had one of his T. Was it T Fury?
T Fury, T Public. I'm not sure which one it is, but Ming started talking to us, and then Robert ended up getting his autograph picture with Ming and a picture with him. So
because Robert was with us, he got a free autograph and picture.
And Ming is great.
And so how cool is that? I mean, Robert was happy. And you know what? And it made me happy that Robert was happy, because I had told him, it was T Public. I had told Robert, I said, if you come to the convention, we'll introduce you to the Guardians guys and, Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. So he was all excited. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, no, I have to make sure I do it, because I told him I would. And then, we got to do that.
Right.
So I guess the moral of the story is you just never know
no, you don't
what your circumstances are going to be. and the opportunities that are presented. You know, and you have to look at these conventions are a great way. I mean, granted, you know what? Facebook is great to get the word out about us. Instagram, YouTube is like snail's pace, but we're
Twitter.
getting there. You know, Twitter, I mean, you know, we're trying. But
create something else. We should create something like TMSM, FameNation.com or something.
yeah, okay, that doesn't work either.
Never mind.
So anyway, you know, it's pretty great that you get to actually get out there and meet people,
Really.
and it's almost like an advertising expense. I look at it. You
It
know?
was. We didn't go there to make a lot of money. We didn't go there to do anything. We went there to have a great weekend talking about what we do with people who, last year we had a lot of people that came just to see us. And it happened again this year. And
It did.
It is such an awesome feeling when somebody says the only reason I came here was to see you guys. It's just very humbling.
It is
really
super humbling. And you know what? For some reason this year, I mean, last year was fun, don't get me wrong, but this year, you know, Jamie had invited us up to the penthouse to eat and mingle with the other guests and stuff, and that was pretty cool.
There was this one guy up there that we hadn't met everybody at that time, and there was a guy named Justin who was in The Walking Dead. He's been in a handful of other stuff.
Oh yeah, him. Yep.
And Michelle went to go sit down with her plate, and hey Michelle, just come take my seat. Never even met her. Just Michelle, here you can have my seat. I'm getting up. He was getting up to leave, and it's just weird. It's like, wow, this guy's an actor, and he.
Yeah, and then he ended up being from Michigan,
Right.
not far from where we were from, so like a small world type of thing.
Right.
But I have to say, in addition to meeting the celebrities that we got to sit in the hallway with and network with, being up in that room at night to have dinner with the other guests and stuff was so much fun because
Brian told stories.
Brian told stories. We're going to get you on to tell stories, Brian. It's important because
He said networking is kind of heck yeah.
yes, because
Networking in my chair and doing these shows with Michelle, heck yeah.
I need a guest host sometimes, Brian. So, you know.
What are we from Atlanta? 7 hours?
I don't know. But yeah, that was the whole idea. Actually, when we started these, we were going to do guest hosts, and we're on like show 9, and we still
9
don't have
and
one.
nobody sat in. Andrew, you're sitting here next week for
Yeah, I know. We
something.
need a guest host.
Right.
Co-host, kind of like how Kelly and Ryan do.
So you're kicking me to the curb already, huh? I feel like Regis.
No, Reed just retired. He didn't get kicked to the curb.
So I'm like Michael, I'm gonna go find another show.
Okay,
Never mind.
anyway, the whole point, I have a point. Okay, the whole point is doing these conventions was great. And meeting people was great. And being able to network and such, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and we really appreciate it.
That's true. And somebody else I met at one of those dinners was Jeremy Long, who actually runs the Huntsville, Alabama con, which we're going to be going to that next year in March is when he has the con. So we'll give you more details as that gets closer. But just a really great guy. Started this con, I think, 4 years ago. Brian goes to it. Jamie goes to it. They all network and work together. And I think it's just a great idea for Michelle and I to also do the same thing and go to these cons and get to meet more people and learn how they do things and just our faces get seen. And we might go there. One person who's never heard of us hears from us and follows us, and then it makes it all worth it.
You know, getting out and doing these conventions and meeting the people is a great way to really expand your hustle when it comes to your business and putting yourself out there. And yeah, it's a lot of work, and yeah, we're tired. That's why I look like this tonight. I apologize. I didn't do my hair, makeup, nothing. This is what you got. But
And
we're
we sat
tired.
by the pool, so we're even more
Yeah,
tired
we're
from being
just
in the sun.
tired. We're just really tired, but it was worth it. So thank you to Jamie and her family for having us, and thank you to all the guests and artists that actually took time with us. It was a great weekend. So we'll have more about that.
Yeah, Michelle's going to do a write-up, so you'll see more of all the things. Like she said, we're going to do an interview with Joe. She's got some things to share with Brian's art. And I'm sure as time goes on, hopefully we get to talk to these people more than just once or twice here and there. Hopefully we can get them
Hopefully, it's like building relationships with people that we can, cross promote and such. So we'll see about that. Let's hope. Okay, so on to Disney World. Now that we're back from Alabama, let's get back into.
I think we should go to
Disney
Epcot
World.
first.
You go to Epcot first. You go.
Okay, on Saturday, Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Live debuted at the American Gardens Theater at Epcot.
Yes, and Janelle and Mike covered it for us. Thank you, Janelle and Mike.
So Janelle did write up a blog that went out on Sunday, and then we also have the YouTube video that Mike recorded that is also out there, so you can go view that. The show's about 21 minutes long or so. Features Star-Lord, Gamora, and then a band that's coming from the Nova Corps to come and perform for you, and Star-Lord basically tells them, okay, you guys aren't good, let's do it this way, and he makes it a fun show, and you hear the great hits from the Guardians movies. The show is done 5 times a day. I wrote them down so I don't forget. 1:30, 2:30, 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock, and will run through August 19th. So if you're at Epcot, check out the show. It's included with your admission into the park. Like I said, it's only 21 minutes long. And everybody says it's a great show. I've watched bits and pieces. I didn't want to watch the whole thing because I want to be able to go see it myself.
He doesn't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it because I'm a Marvel geek and I like all that stuff. So my goal is hopefully we get there this weekend. We'll see.
I hope so. You know, after how busy the convention was and stuff for us, it's like we need to get back to, you know, getting things going here and then getting back to the parks because I miss it.
We haven't been much.
We haven't been except for work trips, which I'm you know what? I'm super thankful for those work trips. It's just been a lot of work. But those trips keep us going. So.
They do.
So also back by the Guardians area, you can also get the group sippy cups. Cups. Don't say it like it's a toddler cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sippy cup.
It's a sippy cup. It's the group cups, baby group cups. Right. And then there's actually a Guardians cupcake back there. I put it on our Instagram yesterday under the Main Street Mouse, all one word. If you want to check out those group cupcakes.
And wasn't there also swag and clothing?
Yes, Janelle sent me pictures. It's on that blog that we did about the Guardians show. There's actually merchandise, Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise, which is really cool. Yeah, so, I mean, more Marvel is a good thing, I think.
And that's where we're going to get the Guardians ride, so it's fitting that they're doing the show at Epcot also.
Yeah, you know what? That's another thing, too, is that's a good way for them to start introducing, because I know, you know, when news comes out as far as Disney goes, and we put out the news, a lot of people like to shoot the messenger, like, you know, it's we made those decisions.
But we wish we had that much power.
I wish I had those type of...
Because I would create a Marvel park.
We can't, though.
But I would. I would tell Universal, here's a check, put in the number, and build the park.
Okay, so being that we don't have that kind of control, you know, we just put out the information, and a lot of people didn't understand how Marvel or Guardians of the Galaxy fits in with Epcot.
Well, it's in Future World. The ride's going to be in Future World, and Guardians looks futuristic, so I think that's how they're trying to justify it. I mean, it's kind of like Tomorrowland is Todayland. I mean, they could have gone there, but Tron's going in there, and they needed a place to put it.
Wait, Tomorrowland is Todayland?
Tomorrowland is not futuristic.
Okay, well, let's go back to Epcot. We're talking Epcot.
But no, Guardians fits in good, I think, with the re-theming and everything in Epcot to make it more futuristic, future world and fun.
Yeah, I suppose.
Guardians is a good way
to go with that.
That's what I'm going with, and if you don't like it, I said
but the cupcakes and the merchandise and the sippy cups and the whatever,
all the other fun stuff,
all that is a good way to break people in, because you know what, I really, I mean, just go with me, you guys. I know a lot of you don't think that Guardians belongs at Epcot, and I get it. It's probably the same people who didn't want the Tower of Terror to be turned into Guardians Mission Breakout at California Adventure. Now, I was that guy. Oh, I have to tell you about that in a minute. Let's put a bookmark there. I gotta tell you that.
Pause.
Okay, so I was that guy. I didn't want change because I don't like change. I fight change. And if you read my book, you know I fight change.
Which is odd because that's what Walt said we needed to do, was always be changing and updating and creating new.
Right. So now, but from the last time we were at Epcot, you can really see the construction going on over there where Ellen's Universe Energy was. Right. And I think this is going to be a really good addition.
It is.
I think that Epcot is great for festivals and for food and for all that stuff. But to have like a thrill ride aspect of it all, I think the Guardians is going to work. We just have to trust that the people of Disney know what they're doing, because they always do. And that Mission Breakout, like I've said before, which we have video of on our YouTube channel, was so much fun. I mean, I did not want it to change. And when we went out to California Adventure, I thought it was like one of the best things.
It was. It's a fantastic ride, actually. The only similarity with towers is that they're both towers.
Yeah, they both bounce.
But the Guardians one, you are laughing from the time it starts to the time you're done. The music, just the scenes you see, it's fantastic.
It's like a bouncing party. That's what I try to call it.
It really is.
And like every time, did we talk about this before?
I don't know if we've talked about it on the live feed.
But yeah, the Guardians ride out there, like there's different songs. Like we had Hooked on a Feeling for ours, didn't we? Or
Yes.
no, what did we have? No,
Did
we
we
had
have
Free
one?
Ride?
Free Ride.
Yeah.
Free Ride.
Free Ride.
Okay, so that's what we have as Free Ride was our party song.
I think there's 5 or 6 different songs, so depending, it's very similar to Tower though, to where it's randomized. You don't know how your car is going to stop and go up and down. So it was a lot of fun. The part I liked the most was when you're in the waiting room where you normally would watch the Twilight Zone intro. You actually in there with Rocket Raccoon, and he's explaining to you what's going to happen.
Yeah, and you
So
actually
it's pretty-
see Rocket. It's not like a video screen of Rocket. It's actually Rocket Raccoon. So
the
you know
real Rocket Raccoon.
the real one, and Bradley
It is.
Cooper is like
Bradley
behind
Cooper,
there with
yeah. Bradley Cooper's it's a
right.
puppet. and he's-
Now that would really get people in
I
there.
bet it would.
It would totally get people in there if Bradley Cooper could make that happen, but probably
Might as
not.
well get Vin Diesel too. Why not? They're both never in the movie, so put them in there.
But Bradley Cooper would be a bigger draw than Vin Diesel, I would say.
Well, yeah, for the girls like you.
Say anything. No, I didn't. If it was
You had Loki to the right.
It was
She's
Tom
all
Hiddleston.
over it.
Let's talk about Tom Hiddleston, shall we? No, I'm kidding.
Mission breakout Tom Hiddleston.
Can we make a Loki ride? I'd be all over it.
Somebody's asking about this. I just want to say yes. This is
Hallmark.
something that was sent to us from a friend of ours. We moved into our house, and it says, "To all who come to this happy place, welcome Walt Disney," and it is from Hallmark. So I just wanted to say that because somebody did ask about that, and I didn't want to.
Yes, one of our followers sent that to us, Denise, and she's
Yes.
a lovely lady,
She
and we
is
appreciate
wonderful. She is absolutely.
it. Okay, so anyway, so I don't know how we got into California Adventure. Do we do this every week, you guys? Like we start talking about one thing.
We didn't go to
and then-
food yet. You mentioned a cupcake, and we kind of let it go.
Because-
But you said, "Hold on a minute, you're gonna come back to something." You hit pause.
Oh
so-
yeah. Okay, so this is funny because I think we talked about this last week or the week before. It was pretty funny. So I'm sitting at the table at Magic City Con, and I don't know if he was at a panel or he went somewhere, and it was kind of like when they have the panels going on, the hallways are pretty bare. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. So a girl walks by in her costume, and she walks, and then she like walked backwards
Because
like,
she saw that.
and she goes, you are the don't be that guy at Disney girl. I almost fell out of my chair. I said, oh my gosh, I am. She's like, my sister was in the college program for two times, and she said that the cast members really enjoyed our Don't Be That Guy at Disney series. And
I
then
think we
they
gotta
used-
bring it back.
and they used to open it and laugh, and they actually enjoyed that. And I know that we got a lot of our readers that enjoyed our Don't Be That Guy. And then I'll have you know that afterwards, after we did that series, other bloggers like picked up that series similar, but they didn't say Don't Be That Guy. They're like, oh, what not to be at Disney, stuff like that. But you know where the original came from, you guys. It came from us. And the only reason that I stopped doing it was because
Disney told her they would sue us.
No, Disney did not. They did not. That was one of our most popular blog series.
It really
And I
was.
actually think I'm going to repost some of the old ones for some of our new readers. Because we started Don't Be That Guy in 2014.
Yeah.
And we did it for like 2 years, and then we stopped. I think that I stopped doing it because I didn't want people to get so offended about things, and we did it joking wise. But you know what though? I'm wondering because we were talking about our That Guy blogs. Was it last week? I think on the show, and somebody actually stopped and remembered us for that reason.
That's a sign.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. We got to bring it back. I thought at the time we should film like videos, like was after school specials of Don't Be That Guy, like film it in black and white and see somebody hit somebody with a backpack and knock them down, and then film it in color how you should do it.
Oh, the YouTube hits for that would be fantastic.
I think we need
wouldn't
to
it?
do that. We need to work on that. Joe, we need you to come down because we need somebody else to help us.
Yeah, I know. We need some help.
We'll get Brian.
We need some help. Like,
We need lots of help.
We need
There's
lots of
a
help.
lot of people in those videos.
no, I really think that would be kind of a fun thing if we brought the Don't Be That Guy.
I'm sure there's new stuff you could come up with.
Oh, sure I can. I just don't want anyone to get anyone mad at me because
You know what? If we explain to them this is just in fun, it's not
It's
meant to call
totally
people
just
out.
in fun.
But if you are that guy, maybe just be a little bit mindful of things you do.
it's just fun. It's just fun. So yeah, if you guys have suggestions on That Guy at Disney, tell us in TMSM Fan Nation or send us a message because maybe what I'm gonna put up a post. I'll put up a post in the Nation.
I'm gonna create an
Asking.
email. Don't be that guy at Disney at themainstreetmouse.com. and then they can just email us there all their suggestions, and then we can put together the list and put it out when we have.
It was such a fun series. It was such a fun
that'd be
series,
fun.
and it was very truthful. I mean, it was truthful in a fun way. You know, sometimes you have to laugh at situations. I mean, life isn't always, you know, sure, life is frustrating. I was frustrated most of the day today.
And we laugh all the time on this podcast, as you know.
No, you guys, look, it's Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, we talked about you earlier.
We did talk about you. You might want to go back. We
might want to rewind. No. No, seriously though, you have to laugh about things or you just go nuts. I mean, seriously.
You can't be too serious. You have to kind of take life and have a little fun with it. Because if you take everything too seriously, life passes you by and you miss out on all the good.
And that is your important message.
And I'm done for the day. That's all I've got.
Yeah, mic drop,
Thanks.
right? Drop. Oh, and I dropped my pen.
You dropped your pen and it went everywhere.
Gosh.
Did you really need that?
No, I like to talk with it though. It's a conversation thing.
Here.
Okay.
I will share.
Thank you. All right, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so next. Let's see.
Okay, Jeremy, be sure you watch it and share it to all your friends.
Share it to all your friends.
Well, he said I'll check it out later. He's taking his children to the pool.
Okay, that's more important.
And Jeremy's his family and him are Disney fans, and so they'll be down
And they
there.
have quite an extensive collection of comic books and pop vinyls, which you love.
And I bought a lot of them.
And you bought a lot of, right?
Yeah. No, Jeremy gave me a good deal.
Whoever said pen drop. Okay, so yes, but not yet because we're not done. All right, so next. All right, so I was reading last week's stuff. That's not good. We already talked about that.
This is yours.
Okay, this one is me. So, we're gonna stop goofing around for just a minute.
Get a little serious.
Get a little serious. Okay, so Thursday when we were getting ready to go to Alabama, we had got word that Richard at the Grand Floridian had passed away. Now, most of you know who Richard is. He's been the greeter over at the Grand Floridian since 91.
91,
I want to say. And most people have a great story about Richard. He was the greeter. He was helped with a lot of weddings for Disney Fairy Tale weddings. Erica, one of our staffers, he actually was part of her special day. Mm-hmm. So
he nicknamed himself the train
conductor because he helped so many wedding trains. So we were driving to Alabama. You know, we were dealing with the passing of Richard, and the Orlando Sentinel had contacted us for we got a message. They wanted to know like our thoughts about Richard and if we had any experience to share. So I directed them over to Erica, our Thursday night writer, because Erica had good stories about Richard. And I thought that she could do him justice better than I could because she just got married, a year ago, and that her story could better suit what they needed. So, and then the local radio station that I was telling you guys about last week, 96.5, I was giving them an interview from the car on the way to Alabama to talk about Richard. So I just think that I have a point. I do. Okay, so with Richard's passing and with other things that are not so easy to report on, when it comes to things like that, I really overthink it. And you can ask anybody on my staff. I overthink it because when something is hard to talk about or something that isn't, not good news, you want to report it in a way that's respectful. And you don't want to sensationalize anything like we're trying to get hits on something or we're trying to, make a bigger deal out of something than it is or say the wrong things. So when Richard passed, we thought before we posted, because we didn't want to do any disrespect to him or his family, because he was such a beloved person in the Disney community.
He is. He's known as I think even Disney's used him as in different photos for the Grand Floridian, that he's the staple at the Floridian. Mm-hmm. He's your welcome. He is your hello, thank you for visiting. And the countless people who've had pictures, it's thousands of people who've taken pictures with Richard over the years.
Yes.
That he's impacted all those people in it. And if you went to the Grand, even if you weren't staying at the Floridian, if you were just going there to eat or just see the Easter eggs or whatever you were going there for, you passed Richard, chances are, going in there. And this short little man, and just he always was happy to be at work. He loved his job. He loved seeing people smile and walking the Floridian, and he was always talking to somebody. I never seen him
such
just
a sweetheart. He was just a very sweet man, and he's going to be sorely missed. And also, I wanted to touch upon, just for a second, you know, I know we joke about silly things here, which is, I love to joke and I love to be silly, as you know. But, you know, we're talking about Richard's passing, and then when we were getting ready to do the show tonight, we were trying to discuss topics and such on, you know, what to talk about. And it was my idea, and he wasn't real sure that we should talk about it, but I think that it's important to know that, okay, so today is the 2-year anniversary of the Pulse shooting in Orlando. And there was a cast member that had passed, and Disney had really gone above and beyond. There was the candlelight visual and all that good stuff for these people. And that same weekend, I'll never, you know what, in all the years we've been doing the Rain Street Mouse, that weekend will always stick out in my head. I remember it being 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was still watching the news trying to get information, because, you know, you have people that are here and they want to know what's going on, and we are their connection to this area.
Yeah, we're reporting for the world. I mean, basically, we have to look at it as a lot of you come to us for any news you're getting. I mean, the Orlando Sentinel is great, but you have to pay to see certain things on their site. Or
even the news channels. I mean, we had local news. So that same weekend, the incident at the Grand Floridian with the little boy was happening at the same time, and our house was so close to property that night, I knew something was going on because I could hear helicopters in the sky. And, you know, we used to be able to hear the fireworks on property at night. That's how close we were, our other house was. And, you know, to hear, I'll never forget that, sitting up in bed listening to the helicopters. And I looked at him, I said, something big is going on at Disney.
And then the news started.
And I started to worry because, you know, with the thing at Pulse, and they said that person had scoped out Disney first, and
Disney
you know,
Springs
people are asking me questions about, you know, what's going on. And then when we had found out from cast member friends it was the little boy that they were looking for at the Floridian, you know, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm reporting this stuff. I'm staying awake trying to get the news out to our people, you know.
And we didn't want to be wrong because it was such a big thing going on. We wanted to report it correctly, like she was saying. We need to take heart into what we're doing. And we wanted people to know what was going on, but we also didn't want to say anything mistakenly or, okay, this source said that, and then come back. Because a lot of times the first report is never accurate.
Right.
And actually, with that case, a lot of things they said at first wasn't true.
No, they weren't.
So we really had to, and we were exhausted because it was 3 a.m. So we're both tired and groggy, and we're trying to figure out how to say things right and make sure we have all our bases. So while she's trying to look up her resources, I was checking out my resources. We were doing everything we could, but we kept hearing the helicopters fly around.
It was the craziest thing, you guys. I mean, to be that close to all these things that were happening at the same time. You know, I mean, what we do at the Main Street Mouse, you know, for the past 8 years has been amazing, and it's been fun. But, you know, there are times that things are hard to report on. And I just want you guys to know that we do our very best to give you just the facts and maybe some heartfelt sentiments as to what's going on. You know, and it's hard for us to talk about too. You know, when things are going bad in our city that we live in now, and this is home for us now, whether it's Pulse, you know, which is still such a open wound in our community. And
it's something they talk about frequently on the news down here and in the papers. There's always something going on about the Pulse, whether it be a memorial or a walk or a run or raising money for those victims' families still. It's just they still continue to talk about this. So it's not something where it happened and it just went away. It's not. It's still something that's very big down here. And I think living here, we know that, but if you were just coming here to visit, you would have no idea.
You wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't.
It's still one of those subjects that's super sore in the community and will be for a long time. And it is something that shouldn't be forgotten. And so today, being the anniversary, we just want to, say that, our hearts are with you, and, our prayers are with the people that are affected by this, and this whole community was affected by it.
It was.
And, as far as what happened at the Floridian, it's heartbreaking, and I don't know. Some of you know that they have a lighthouse memorial for this little boy at the Floridian. So there are things that that never leave.
No, there'll always be the memorial. With the Pulse, I'll never forget the night we went where they had the Moment of Silence event. And the whole hub area was just packed. And people, the tears, cast members who knew
the people that, yeah.
And they were just forming, with lights and flowers and stuff, forming hearts on the ground. And just, it was just so great. And Disney really did a great job of just letting these people grieve the way they did.
And be together as a community.
Yep.
So, say what you will about Disney, they really put their hearts out, and they do try. Just like a lot of us do. I mean, we have these media jobs, and people look to us for the facts, they look for us for information, but you have to understand that there's also a human side to everything.
Right.
You know, what happens here, it affects people and it affects families, and, I just want you guys to know that we do our best, and, we do try.
I know, I watch sometimes different news, and you see the reporter, and some of them, I don't know how they hold their emotions back in some cases. I don't know how they do it.
No.
I mean, it's amazing. It's a skill. So.
Okay, so
let's move on.
Yes,
Because
enough
we don't want to
sadness.
talk about
We did want to talk about Richard. We wanted to talk about what happened in our community 2 years ago, and between the little boy. I think his name was Lane Gray.
Oh, did you see that? Somebody just said. I just want to grab this real quick. Sandra said on the memorial they also included Lane's picture on the pulse.
Okay.
Because it was so close.
It was the same weekend.
So I did not know that. So thank you for sharing that.
So we love you guys, and just know that our hearts go out to everybody who needs it whenever we have to report sad things. And Richard will definitely be missed for sure.
He will. He's not. I don't think that's something that can be replaced.
Definitely
honestly. A lot like Mayor or any Disney cast member.
Yeah, because we lost the mayor of Main Street at Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve he passed. So just any cast member that has such a big impact that their character was only played by them. It's
okay.
So,
okay.
anyway,
So enough sadness, but yes. Okay. So we just had to get that out. So
okay.
yes.
So what's next? What's happy news? What do you got?
Happy news. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's happy news. Okay. So you've been.
Depends which one you go. Oh, that one's not it.
All right. So we have to give bad. It's not bad news. It's just not the news you're waiting for.
It's irritating news. Sorry, it just.
He said irritating.
It is irritating news, and I will hold it at that.
Oh, okay. All right, so we have had, since we've been doing this show for 2 months now,
Yes.
People have been
9
asking.
episodes.
9 episodes, and you're still watching. Thanks.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, even. It's not even a regular night. So, about the annual pass holder preview for Toy Story Land. Everybody's been asking me. Every week I get the same question.
When is it?
Well, it's not really a preview. From in the past week, there's been emails and such that have gone out that actually annual pass holders aren't going to get to see. Well, I don't even know why they would call it a preview, because it's not a preview because Toy Story Land will be open for 2 months. September is what they're looking at for annual pass holders. I don't know all the details on how that's going to work.
No, I don't know. And we didn't get the email because actually our passes are due to expire in July. So if the pass holder event's in September and they don't know we've renewed, or we will renew, obviously, but their computer system doesn't know that, so we don't get the invitation because
we're going to renew.
We're going to renew. Maybe.
It's our job. Of course we're going to renew.
No, we'll renew.
But, and yes, we have to renew. People think that Disney pays for us for annual passes. No, they don't. We do.
No, we're going to renew with water parks this year, though.
Yeah, we're thinking of adding water parks back again this year because it's been so flipping hot. Yeah. So, when it's not raining. So, but yeah, so annual pass holder preview.
Which most annual pass holders will probably have at least gone to see it before. They may not have rode the rides or anything like that, but they should probably at least see it.
By September, yeah. Oh, Lindsay wants to know opening day. We're going to be there for media weekend. I don't know about opening day. It depends.
Yeah, it's going to be a madhouse. I could actually see that area hitting capacity.
It's going to be crazy back there. And you have to understand, if we're dropping truth bombs like we always do, Hollywood Studios needs it badly.
They do.
Badly. So I really think that weekend is going to be one big hot mess back there because everybody's going to be.
I know. Somebody said opening days. Julie asked about opening day
strategy. Opening day strategy. Pray.
Pray again.
Bring water.
Bring
it's going to be hot.
I'm
sure. It's going to be crowded. I am sure.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was back, okay, now for those who haven't watched like all this time, I've been back to Toy Story Land 3 times already, and from what I could tell, the walkways aren't super wide back there. They don't look. I mean, I really think that it's going to be crowded back there, at least for a while.
And it'll be interesting to see how the flow goes too, because at the studios, as you know, a lot of dead ends. Where you go down a path, you have to turn around and go back.
Yeah, that was the
There's
one
no flow
thing
to go around.
about that was the one thing about how it was before when Streets of America were back there, is that you could walk in a circle. You know, there was the whole you know, you didn't have to stop and turn back around.
Right.
I mean, you could keep walking in a circle. But now, like, you walk to Toy Story area, you got to turn around, and if you want to go back by Muppets, you got to go all the way back around.
And that's with them closing the current Pixar area.
Yeah, because that'll be closed.
That'll be closed.
Pixar Place.
That actually would have been a way to get people out of there as an exit point.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off
Okay.
real quick. Lindsay has a great idea, not to be that guy on opening day. And you know what, Lindsay? We actually could do a Don't Be That Guy at Toy Story Land.
What you should
I mean,
do.
that could be a whole thing right there.
There's a lot of things we could do for that day. But
We'll work some out. We got a few weeks to figure it out.
we should go film stuff. That's Disney if we go film.
So, okay, so,
But
yeah.
so there is a preview. It's going to be available in September. We will have been there. We're going to be there for the
Yeah,
media
so-
event the 2 days before, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what am really need to keep a calendar because I have to go back to, I'm really bad for that. I like the old flip calendars. I'm old fashioned, I guess. The 22nd, I want to say,
I believe so.
we are going to the H2O glow party
Next
at
Thursday,
Typhoon
isn't it?
Lagoon.
Or is it the week after?
Is that
Week
when it
after.
is?
I'm not sure.
So we're gonna have footage of that, the Typhoon Lagoon glow party
Mm-hmm.
thingy that they got going on, and then Aiden and I got invited to like a kids educational day at the Grand Floridian, and then to go see the Haunted Mansion. I think it's actually the same thing
He did with his school.
at
They
his
did-
school. Yeah, the school field trips here are a whole lot better than they
Yeah.
were in Michigan. I mean,
His school went on a field trip where they actually saw how the ballroom scene is done in the Haunted Mansion, which it's awesome that he got to see it, but to me, I don't know if I want to see it.
I know, and that's what this media thing is for. And I'm like, I don't know if he's like, don't you want to go? But the Haunted Mansion is my favorite.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
but
want to.
I don't know if I'd want to go. I don't think I'd want to see how they do
But I'll
the
probably
Puppets
go.
Ghost Effect.
Okay, but anyway, so we have lots of media stuff coming up, and then plus the Toy Story Media Weekend is going to be crazy. So make sure you follow all our stuff. And then also before we go too is about meetup. Last week I felt really bad because when these are over, I go back and I rewatch them, and Suzanne had messaged me right after. And was like, you didn't talk about the meetup. People were, I'm sorry, Suzanne. I didn't see it until after.
Suzanne, you should have just went live right there and told us.
You know, I mean, I felt really bad that we didn't mention the meetup. So, okay, so meetup weekend, December 7th and 8th. And we are hoping to do something fun on the 7th in the evening, whether it be Disney Springs or something else that we can
Something
come up
else.
with.
We're still trying to work on that. I know we keep saying that, but we really are trying to work out something special for you guys. It's just taking more time than we want.
With money, because we have to, if we're going to come up with a place, we got to be able to afford it.
Yeah. and-
Vlogging doesn't make you rich.
But we're thinking as a least or last case thing might be the Edison after they go to.
Yes. Did we talk about that? That the Edison after 10 o'clock turns into a dance club.
Whoop,
Like,
whoop.
woo. Yes, because like I know my girlfriends from Michigan will be in town,
I'm gonna get my groove on.
and you know that's what we like to do. We like to go dancing.
They usually do it in our living room
At the old house, we did.
because we're usually so tired because of the weekend. We don't go out. Everybody comes to the house and we eat whatever food we have and we have a party.
And then
Michelle Perkins is ready.
party. Yes, so we usually have dance party in my
Erica's
house.
ready. Everybody's ready.
So, but if we have dance party like at the Edison, how fun would that be?
I'm not sure where they open till 2.
I don't know.
10
But
to
I know a
2, something
DJ
like that.
starts at 10.
But we're also working on something else. So if the other thing comes through, it should be better than going to the Edison. I said it. That's right. It's
Okay,
gonna be
we're gonna
better
see.
Than the Edison.
We're going to see. You know, a lot can happen between now and then.
Yes.
But anyway, and then the 8th is going to be at, why are you laughing?
What would Suzanne say?
Pasta salad. Yes, Scott's making pasta salad for
Oh
everybody.
Lord.
The-
Janelle, see what you started. Thanks.
Yeah, it's all
Thanks.
Janelle's fault. Disney Bound dance party. Erica, I love it.
I think we should all dress like it's the 80s and go to Disney Springs and walk around.
The 80s, it's Christmas time now.
Who cares? The neon colors, the bright stuff. That'd be
The glow sticks.
fun. Girls tease your hair up 7 feet in the air. Whoever gets their hair the highest, we'll buy them something.
Yeah, dance party would
Like
be
hairspray.
fun. But now I'm thinking about that. So, yeah, dance party would be fun. Sprinkler. Okay, anyway. So, oh my God. Okay, anyway.
We're
so,
tired. We told you guys. We warned you, but we need to start wrapping up here.
Okay, anyway. So the 8th, Epcot. We're going to spend the whole day at Epcot. And the holidays around the world and all that good stuff will be going on. So, and then people had asked about shirts and stuff. You can join the event tab on our Facebook page. There is the information for the meetup. But December 7th and 8th.
And I'm sure more stuff's going to be coming out as we get closer. We'll come up with maybe another shirt or something that you can get. We will have buttons. We'll have everything that day. So make sure when you get there, you come see us. Michelle likes to take pictures with everybody who would take one with her that day. So she has them for her records. She likes to take pictures.
What? It's a good thing to have.
I know.
Because a lot of people, like, they you know, if they can't come to the meetups and stuff, it's such, you know, want to make sure that they're what?
Disney ugly shirts.
Like the ugly
Leslie,
sweater party.
we should all wear those. We should make a Disney ugly T-shirt for the meetup.
Oh, I don't want an ugly shirt. I want a cute shirt.
Of course, it's gotta be cute.
It's gotta be cute.
Everything's gotta be cute.
Okay, anyway, so that is what? That's about it? Or you got more?
If you didn't notice, the website has been updated since our last one. Last week we did put in a new style of the site. We've expanded. We've actually taken what used to be the middle column where the blogs were, we moved it to the left. It's a little bit longer. The reason we did this was to give a better mobile view. The mobile view of the old site was horrible. I know it was horrible. I do apologize. I wasn't sure how to fix it, and honestly, I didn't have time for a long time. So finally, I sat down, I figured it out, and I recoded it, and I came up with what we have now. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's easier for you to find what you're looking for. We're going to continue to tweak it and get exactly how we want it, but we're getting there. So I hope you've been. If you haven't seen it, please go visit the site, check it out.
Yes, if you just go to www.themainstreetmouse.com, you can see the new layout for the site. And it's from what the feedback that we had gotten is they said it's much easier to read on mobile.
Right.
So I really hope that you guys
And we
enjoy.
we know about 65 to 70% of the people who viewed the site were viewing it on mobile, and that's why we wanted to make it easier for somebody on mobile to find whatever they were looking for. So I think now it's a lot easier. I don't think it's as hard as it used to be.
Yes.
And we have all our social media links on the site now, so where if you click on whatever icon you're looking for, it'll take you to the page where you can like, follow, or whatever the term may be. But in saying that, though, I'm gonna give our handle.
You go right ahead.
Okay, on Facebook and Instagram, you can follow us at The Main Street Mouse. On YouTube, it's at The Main ST Mouse, no street, just ST. And then on Twitter, at Main Street Mouse. Also, you can follow Michelle on CinderShell4 on Instagram. And you can follow me, TMSM_Avenger, on Instagram as well. I guess that's it for
And
this
I guess
week.
that's it for this week. So if you made it this far, thank you.
Thank you so much for sticking around. We do appreciate you guys sticking around. I know the numbers fluctuate from week to week, and it's hard. People have lives and they have things going on,
And plus, we're off our day. We're supposed to be here on Monday.
And that's why we want to try to be more consistent. We want to really try for Mondays every week at 7. We don't want to skip a week. That's the reason we did Tuesdays. We don't want to have a 2-week window with nothing.
So next week we'll see you on Monday.
Yes.
And again, if you could share this video, that is
Please.
great. If you could watch the replay or share the replay on YouTube, that is great. Anything that you guys can do to get the word out about our silly little site here, we really appreciate it.
And maybe next week we do a little giveaway.
Yes, because
Something.
Robert gave us stuff to give away.
Robert gave us this power line from a Goofy Movie, and it's a Hot Topic exclusive. So next week we will work on a giveaway with our live feed that you could possibly win this. So we'll tell you how to enter to win, and this could be yours. We will mail it out to you if I don't keep it myself. I kind of like it. I'll share the videos.
So, great. Then that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to share and follow us on all your social media throughout the week, and we will see you next Monday night.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.